There we go. And now we have Aminder Mann, founder of Sequoia CPA, a boutique accounting firm providing bookkeeping and fractional CFO services to service-based businesses and startups. She works closely with founders to turn their finances into a strategic tool, helping them improve profitability, make informed decisions, and scale with intention. With experience supporting startups and growing companies, she brings a practical and forward-looking approach to financial management, focusing on what actually drives business performance, not just reporting the numbers. She is also the co-host of the Accounting Edit, where she shares insights on financial strategies, business growth, and building a modern accounting firm. She is passionate about supporting women in business and helping them build profitable, sustainable businesses. Welcome.
Thank you.
Wow.
Here we go. How are we doing? You're a fellow podcaster.
I am, yes. I co-host the Accounting Edit podcast.
Wow,
Yes,
how
yes.
exciting.
And where do we find Accounting Edit?
On most major platforms like Spotify, Apple. We have our own website, so if you want to listen through there, you can do that as well.
We will grow up to that.
Yes, we'll be on Spotify.
Susie went to a podcasters meetup.
Yes, Espresso
Productions. She hosted a meetup and I saw it, and we divided and conquered. I was at another event, the Filipino founders, and then you went.
And then I went there and I met
Did you
her.
learn?
I learned. Yeah. There's another, so she interviewed this other couple and they have podcasts. They call it the daily podcast. They every day they have a
That's
podcast. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like I don't even know, full-time job.
That's an obsession.
Obsession.
How often do you release, or how do you do that?
It's every other week, so, and even at that much, it's a lot for
It
us.
is a lot.
Yeah.
Which is why we're batch creating,
Yes.
because in the Filipino founders, Catherine Winston, she's in marketing. And Susie and I visited a place in Kirkland. I don't know if you heard it, Margaret HQ. It's a cute little co-working place.
Yeah.
It's a house. It's a
Yeah.
co-working place.
Kind
And
of hidden.
they have a podcast studio downstairs.
Very fancy.
That's nice.
And so Catherine said, you should come in here and batch create, because we've been just doing... Do you batch create?
Yeah, so we'll create for the month, and so that's been a game changer because you have the content, you can just edit it and then post when it's ready, rather than having to scramble to post every week.
Yes,
And so,
or daily.
Daily.
That's a
crazy.
lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unless you're just coming on, like Tabitha Brown, you know, the like so like that, you know, Tabitha Brown. She'll just come on and say her bit, which is kind of a little mini podcast.
Yeah.
If it was like that,
Yeah.
I don't know. We could.
No, we'll see.
What inspired you to start a podcast or co-host the podcast?
Yeah, so it's been an interesting journey. Part of starting a podcast was being an advocate on the accounting front. There's not too many female accounting firm owners, especially women of color.
Yes.
And so representation mattered to both of us. And so when my co-host reached out, she actually found me from Instagram. And so she's like, hey,
shout out.
Yeah, Instagram, thank you.
She's like, do you want to be a co-host? And part of my growth journey has been always to lean in. And so say yes to a lot of the opportunities. I'm an introvert, so it's hard for me to put myself out there, speak up. And so I used the opportunity to lean in and said, I've never done this before, but let's do it. Let's try it. And so using that as like a way of communicating about finances, advocating about finances to business owners, to women of underserved communities, and providing a platform where we can share educational content without a cost to it. So.
Do you see the stars in our eyes? We're like, yes, queen. Yes, queen. When we saw you, we were like, yes.
Yes.
We've been looking for you.
I'm here.
Stars aligned.
What inspired you? Let's go back, right? You know, like a little origin story if you don't want to share. But as far back that led you to financial literacy, being a CPA, like you could be smart and you could be brown. Those are like, you know, kind of like a stereotype. Like you do, you know, you're good at math, but then you want to educate and then the specific client base that you serve. What led you to that?
Yeah, so I've had a pretty interesting journey to starting my own firm. So I'll go all the way back. So I did not have a linear path into accounting. I actually got my undergraduate degree in biological sciences.
Whoa, scientist.
Me too.
Perfect. Yeah. And so I'm Canadian, and so I got my degree in Canada, and then I moved down to the US, started working in nursing for a little bit, and that actually led me to my first cycle of burnout. And so I was working incredibly long hours. I was physically exhausted, emotionally exhausted. I was dealing with a lot of end-of-life patients. And so I remember just one time after one of my shifts, I was sitting in my car and I was just thinking, I can't continue to live my life like this.
No.
And so I took a shift. I went into corporate accounting. And so went down the corporate world, was exposed to accounting, went back, got my credits to sit for the CPA exam, started working in startups for about 10 years.
Wow.
Studying and working at the same time. Don't recommend it because that led to my second burnout.
But you lasted 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just working in the startup environment is also really strenuous. There's not enough resources and you're taking on a lot more than you would. And again, being ambitious, I want to do it all. And so led
like
to that burnout.
you're saying like in a traditional like corporate where it's established like Boeing or, pick the big name that we know, Chase. Like it's already the systems are in place. But at a startup, you're building it.
Yes, you're building from scratch. And a lot of worked for 2 different startups that I was like the second or third person in accounting. So building out the whole accounting function, you're expanding into different states. What does that entail? Hiring new team members, training staff. And so building out these accounting organizations in these small companies that eventually scale, IPO. And so that whole process end to end. And so that led to my second round of burnout. And so then I decided to start my own firm and I thought I'm going to do things differently. I don't want to end up in burnout again. I want to lead with purpose. I want to have boundaries. I want to advocate. Yes.
Boundaries.
Yes. And
I just learned that 2 years ago.
Yes.
I'm 45.
Boundaries are huge.
Yes. Turns out we need them.
Yeah. And so just being an advocate, and I was looking for mentors for myself of who are accounting firm owners that I can look up to that look like me. And there's not many. There's not many. And so a lot of people know they're CPA and it's like older white gentleman and that's kind of the stereotypical. And so I wanted to bring my perspective and to the accounting world and share my perspective, which is unique and different because I didn't come down a traditional accounting path and I bring my own perspective from a startup point of view. And so being able to offer that and be a mentor and a sponsor for other folks in accounting that look like me and want someone that they can tap their shoulder and say, hey, how did you do it? And I get a lot of those folks reaching out too, which warms my heart because I love that. I love being able to help others.
So on this journey of burnout, we started the day with Michelle talking about burnout to boss mode.
Yes, boss mode.
Do you feel like you've completed that cycle because you hit burnout?
Yes.
Did you get to boss? Are you there?
I feel like I'm hitting that boss mode now.
Yeah.
So I had very strong boundaries around when I work. And I think that was one of the main areas where I'm a people pleaser. I keep giving. And as women, we tend to do that. We tend to pour ourselves into our work, into our relationships.
It's what's expected of us.
Yes,
Yeah.
expected.
That's how we're raised, you know.
Exactly.
And being the eldest too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We're
Oh, you're the
like-
eldest?
She's
Yes.
the eldest.
Yeah.
How many?
I have 2 younger sisters and then a younger brother. So
Oh, yeah.
So
You're like a
Something
big
about
sister.
that older sister, she's got to take care of the family. She's got to do the
Yeah.
and then so.
And it's kind of drilled into you, I think, even as I was the daughter of an immigrant parents. And so
Yes.
just being that support system for them, they're working long hours, multiple jobs,
Yes.
sacrificing. And so you kind of learn that from that example. And so really my journey has been unlearning that and not
That's a good
taking,
question. I mean, good point.
not taking on all that responsibility because it's not all for me to carry. And so tapping into my community, tapping into my relationships and saying, hey, I can't do it all. And then also with those boundaries, putting them in place and saying, hey, my clients can't text me after hours. If they're going to text me, I'll get back to you tomorrow morning. Because I know in finance, for a lot of business owners, it feels like this is an emergency, but everything can wait. Everything can wait like a day. And so setting those expectations with my clients are great about that. I have a client portal. I use it for communication, and
That's
everyone's,
awesome.
Oh, wonderful.
everyone's
There you
great
go.
about it. So
Yes.
just being diligent about that, and then giving myself self-care. I don't think I realized how little I prioritize myself. And so taking time after work, I'll shut my computer, go for a walk,
go.
work out, do something for me. And so that's been my way of finding balance back in my life, and hopefully it doesn't lead to another round of burnout. So
yes, it's like kind of hitting that your stride,
Yes.
right? As like knowing the balance. And sometimes I think it's like inevitable. I think like I don't know if you know who Emma Greed is, but she's everywhere on my feed now. She's the founder of Skims. Or she's is that right? Skims, amongst the other brands. But she talks about, you know, like kind of hitting it hard. We've heard that today, like having a moment where you're really hitting it hard, because if you didn't have all that startup knowledge, right, all that pressure on you, you wouldn't probably have learned what you know now, you know, to build that like base of wisdom. But kind of hitting it now, you know, you recognize it when you're burning out, and you say, I gotta shut this off. I gotta not look at the screen. And who reminds you? Like Susie and I remind each other.
Yeah.
Who reminds you?
Did you eat?
Did you nap?
Did you take a nap?
I think there's a lot of folks that remind me. My husband keeps me accountable because
Oh,
he'll
that's
come
wonderful.
home. Yeah, he'll be like, "We got to go for a walk. Wrap it up." Like,
That's
we gotta go.
Yes.
And then
Support system.
just having other mentors in a business space as well. My co-host on my podcast would be like, "Hey, we do a once a month check-in. We're recording our podcast, but it's also our time to check in and say, how are you doing? We just finished tax season. Did you survive?
Oh,
What's going on?"
I love that.
Just
What are the
catching up.
war stories?
Yeah. What's going on with your clients? And so it's great to kind of have that relationship where we can offload and just feel like we can be ourselves, because a lot of times when you're a business owner and you're trying to put on this mask of everything's perfect, but you're dealing with 100 fires behind the scenes, but you need to make it seem like everything's perfect, everything's going all right. And so having those folks that know what goes on behind the scenes, tapping into that community, working with other female business owners as well, and just using them as mentorship and support, and just saying, hey, I had a really tough week, but I wanted to come out and network and just see faces and feel like I'm human again.
Yes.
So that's been really great. Yeah.
Dive a little bit deeper. What did burnout look for you? How long did it take for you to even realize you were in burnout?
Yeah, so I'll use my most recent example one. It happened gradually. So because I was studying for the CPA exams, they're really strenuous.
Ooh,
There's 4 of them. They take hours to study, like they take months to study for. And I was working at a full-time job in a startup at the same time. And so it was so gradual, because I would wake up like at 5 a.m. to study for my exam.
Wow.
I would start work by 8. I would work a full day at work, and then at 5 o'clock to about midnight I would study again.
Oh, wow.
And I did this for months. And I didn't even realize that gradually that was chipping away, because there was no time for me to decompress. And so I hit a point where I just didn't want to work anymore. I didn't want to open my laptop. I didn't want to attend a meeting. And then I think what made it difficult, what really put an end cap to that, was in startups, a lot of people know they're white male dominated again, and just not having that growth trajectory. I was already doing a lot more work than I was being compensated for.
Wow.
And so it just hit a point, like that breaking point of I can't do this anymore. I need to advocate for myself. So I just took a step away, and for 3 months I didn't do anything. I didn't even know I was going to start a business.
There you go.
I just
That's a brave move.
Yeah, pause. And I know
literally.
it's a privilege to be able to do that as well. But I just needed a reset. And from there, the idea of a business was born, and I just wanted to do something different. And so just recognizing it, but it came a lot later than I would have wanted, but that's burnout, right? It happens when it happens.
So how long have you been in business?
So it's almost a year and a half
Okay,
now.
wonderful.
Thank you.
How exciting.
You need to have a toast to your next anniversary.
Yes, yeah. And I was just reflecting how quickly time has gone by, because I started last year at the start of the year, and just the momentum that my business has taken on, and just I'm so grateful for all the clients that come and work with me. That's my favorite part, is working with clients and being able to provide that financial literacy to them. And so being able to help them scale and grow their businesses. There's so many business owners that come to me so overwhelmed, and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm so stressed. I don't know what's going on with my books. I can't pay myself. Help me. And when we finally get on that call and I've worked everything out, and there's just the relief that comes off their shoulders, that sigh, they're just, that to me is everything. That's so rewarding. And this is why I'm doing it, because I can help someone feel like they can succeed in their business and work on what they enjoy most. And I enjoy finances. So that's my area.
Turns out you're doing what you love.
Yes.
And turns out, I want to get a little peek behind the curtain into your family and like where you're coming from. Like, you're the eldest, but like, what did you see that taught you, good and bad, you know, like to be this person who you are, to have like the desire, you know, like, why does that light you up when you help people?
Yeah. I think just seeing, because my parents are immigrants and I grew up in Canada, and so I saw they sacrificed a lot. And a part of being the eldest was taking on that responsibility. And so I do take that responsibility of my clients and all those partnerships that I have, all those referral partners I work with, business owners, of responsibility of helping advocate for them. Because I've seen when you give into the community, how much the community gives back to you.
Yes, definitely.
And so seeing that with my parents, they built their community. They immigrated from India when they were young, in their 20s, and seeing them build their community there, and the community helped support them. And so they're much well off now because of that and that support system. And so I want to be able to build that here again with business owners, with accounting owner, or like firm owners, just advocate for people that look different, because we bring a different, unique perspective. And I know for myself, I have like a type A, almost over investing type personality. So I do lean in quite a bit. And part of my learning curve has also been to step back and allow for space for other people to step in to help me as well.
It's hard, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Right, we were just hearing JC's story about that, and she has that like kind of a personality type to kind of give way. Whoever taught you to do that. But you're giving very Capricorn energy, and I say that with love, okay? Because my sister's listening. She's a Capricorn, and she's also the eldest, and so it's giving like it's got to be like, let's get it done, you know, like this. We have a solution for this, you know. And what softens you? It sounds like you have a really great life partner. Are there and there are like female mentors in your life. What else softens you?
I think what I've learned is I need to focus a lot on my creativity outside of work. So when I close my laptop at the end of the day, I shift from being this type A, organized lists, being hyper-focused, to, okay, now how can I be creative? What can I focus on? So bringing in that softness. I love to garden, and I love to plant flowers.
Okay,
and so,
we need a camera on her, like your whole show. I just have this image of you now, and you're just like, and then, you know, your garden gloves come on. And you're like,
cutting some roses. Yep,
that's so cute. You have fresh cut flowers on your table.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cute. This is cute.
So that bringing that like softness and being able to just disconnect and ground myself again, and for me that balance is so important, because if I let myself, I will be on all the time.
Yes.
I will be project mode all throughout. So learning to turn Project Minder off when I'm done.
Project Minder off.
Yes, when I'm done my work, and then I'll pick it back up the next morning once I start work again.
Boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah, they're good for you.
Okay, so I would like to ask a question.
Yes.
So what's one challenge women business owners don't talk enough about?
Yeah.
Now that you're 1 year in, what have you been experiencing?
I feel one of the biggest things I've seen is that a lot of female business owners are afraid of their finances.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
it's
There's a thing called
We're
girl math. Right?
Yeah.
Girl math. We do girl mathing.
Exactly.
But no, we gotta do Aminder math.
But it's natural, right?
Yes.
Most people find numbers are intimidating. They feel overwhelmed. They'll shut their computer and be like, I don't know. I'm just going to make a decision based off what feels good.
Yeah.
And part of my goal is to help female business owners to start thinking about their businesses and understanding their numbers so that they can make more educated decisions around their business. Moving from being just reactive to, oh, I need to hire someone to do this, to can I afford to hire someone? What does that look like? And so being more intentional behind the decisions that they make. And so that's my ultimate goal. And so helping businesses scale and grow. I bring my startup experience, yes, but again, it's about learning about each individual business's journey because everyone's doing it for a different reason. And that'll impact what you want from your numbers and what you want out of the lifestyle you want. And so part of that is learning about each one of my clients as well.
Very nice.
You bring up lifestyle, and something that not too long ago I heard, and I was like, wow, why didn't I hear this sooner in my life? You know, those moments. I heard someone say, figure out as a young person, you know, here we are at a more mature age with some lived experience. To the youth out there, a lot of my nieces and my nephew, is what is the lifestyle that you want, and making that your North Star. You know, it's like, what is that lifestyle you want? Because for you, you know, you could say it was like sidewindy. You didn't have this traditional path, you said. But you came to a point, I think burnout is coming up against the realization that this isn't the lifestyle that I want.
Yes.
So what do you say about, like, if you could talk to your younger self, right? You know, how could you bypass some suffering?
Yes.
And say, what is the lifestyle you want, Aminder? What would you tell?
I feel like I would tell her to do things differently, but then she would miss out on all the opportunities that brought her here. So even though that I could probably explain a perfect trajectory, get into accounting, get an accounting degree, do that, go into public accounting, get all the skills you need, and then start your business. She would miss out on all those other learning opportunities that have now allowed me to have those boundaries in place. I actually am grateful that I hit burnout. I talk about it as a way for me to learn to hit pause. I don't think if I had gone down a traditional path, I would have learned that lesson, and I would have maybe hit that much later in my career. So I'm grateful for all the lessons I have learned, and it's going to be challenging. It's going to be a windy, curvy road, but each path is going to bring different knowledge that I now use in helping my business grow and thrive, but also my clients. So though I would love for her to have had an easier journey, I think that's the best journey for myself to have had. So, yeah.
How exciting.
And can you speak about, like, now, you know, it seems like you're finding more balance in your lifestyle. Can you describe, tell younger you, like, okay, this is the life that we lead now. Like, what is that life that you lead now?
Yeah, my life looks very different from even 2 years ago. So I wake up when I don't wake up having to do all these things before I have to go into work. I work remotely, so I have the comfort of I can wake up and have my breakfast on my dining table or in my garden before I start work, and I've never had that luxury.
Wow.
And
in
so
her garden.
yes, so it's just that luxury and that lifestyle. I didn't even realize I needed that until I received it, and now I wouldn't trade it. I need that in my life.
Yes.
I can't compromise that 30 minutes before I start work because it changes my mood completely before I get into work.
Gosh,
my workflow changes. And I work a fulfilling day. I get to do so many different things. As a business owner, I'm doing marketing, I'm doing my podcast editing, I'm doing client work, I'm doing finances. And that's really fulfilling to me because for me as a business owner, it's not just about finances, it's about everything else that I'm learning as well. And all the other areas in my business that I get to learn from. I use it as an opportunity. And then just having the flexibility and freedom at the end of the day to step away and feel like
you can close that.
I can close it. There's no one hunting me down to jump on a meeting because I know I've planned my day, my week. I'm very diligent on my goal setting. So I have like my timelines. And so I feel comfortable that I can step away now. I don't have to work 12 hours today or 14 hours to meet this. So,
because let's be honest, you're a mom.
I know.
Oh, you're not a mom. Oh,
no.
I thought you said you
married.
Oh, married.
She's married. Yeah.
Well, if you're like my husband. I'm just kidding. Not kidding.
Do you have pets? Or...
No.
Oh, see. Yeah.
But you were saying that when you actually have to like step away from your job so that you could be the other person. And even me saying that, like the other is like the you.
Yes.
You know, because you're not your title. You're not your business.
Yes.
You know, like you're Aminder. And it seems like you're servicing yourself first. And then putting your mindset together. And you're also highly organized. It just sounds like this is naturally you. You're very Capricorn energy.
Yeah.
Is it your rising sign? So I'm like, we need some of that energy. We need some of that organization.
Come on. Let's get it together.
Make a list.
Make a list. Actually, one of our colleagues, Janae, she has like a what is it? Her journal prompts, and she left it open so like you look at your every quarter.
Yeah, she's very detailed.
She's
also in Aries. Janae.
Oh,
she's in Aries too.
Okay.
And so there might be something there about
about the Aries. I mean, they are very boss people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my other sister, Aries. You know, she's actually very soft. She's the one that's gonna be in the garden, but it turns out like she's the boss. Like when she says no, we're like, oh, it's a no.
She said no.
Yeah.
She said no.
Love it.
Okay, say less.
Say less.
Oh my gosh, so much to learn from you. Okay, I have to ask: do you host like webinars? Like, do you do like kind of more group
Where
things?
can we get more of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So right now, I have my podcast that I co-host on. I'm starting to get into a little bit of hosting workshops. So I do have a workshop next week, but
wonderful.
As the summer goes on, I'm hoping to do a little bit more and then eventually build out webinars and all that on my website. And once I start hosting, I do post a lot of social media content as well.
Yes,
to be a little bit more educational, provide those resources for business owners.
Would you like to share where your workshop will be next week?
Yeah, it's so you can register through the WeBiz Collective group, and it'll be in Bellevue. And it's a 1 hour workshop on what metrics you want to track for financial growth.
Ooh, we might have to sign up for
let's
that.
sign up right now. Thank you so much, Aminder.
Aminder, Sequoia. What the heck?
Oh, yeah. Sequoia.
I wanted to ask you about the name.
Yes, my
Where did
business.
that come from?
Yeah, my business name is Sequoia CPA. I wanted something that represented me, and again, because I love gardening and nature, sequoias are
We're big tree lovers.
big trees. Yes, so they're grounded, resilient, and so that's where Sequoia
I
came from.
love it.
We want to be trees.
We want to be
Yes.
trees when we pass.
Yes.
Not to make it dark.
So you can sit in our shade.
Yes, I want to be a willow tree.
You want to be a
I
willow
want to
tree?
be a willow tree.
I want to be a poplar tree. It's not a lot of shade, but it's because it's very tall. Shorty. It's very tall.
Yeah.
It's very
It's like,
tall.
I'd have
to
a
look
great
it up.
view.
A view of everything.
Oh my goodness.
Let's a warm round of applause for Aminder Mann, Sequoia CPA.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, and that lasted. Yeah, I saw my husband. That was my husband and my son coming in.